Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This post has been going viral and causing a rather interesting gender war. And look, a lot of men have been siding with the man here, and a lot of women have been siding with the women. And if you want to go into the evolutionary biological standpoint here as to why this post has gone viral, I think it's because it creates a great deal of controversy, and we love drama. We love the controversy. We love having an opinion on things, and especially when it comes to relationships, whether or not this person is in the right or in the wrong, let's have our say. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to have my say because, I'm human too. And this post has been going viral for a rather intriguing reason. So why the hell not? Some things can go viral for all the right reasons. You're going fantastic. Some things go viral for all the wrong reasons. And you're going, damn. And then you've got stuff like this that goes viral for all the weird and strange reasons. And you're left scratching your head going, how? Why? What the hell? Anyway, this is from True Off My Chest. I think I destroyed our relationship trying to compliment my boyfriend because the compliment was taken not as a compliment, but as an insult. Maybe it's the way she phrased it. We'll get into it, shall we? My boyfriend and I are both 28 years old. So around the age that I am at the moment, I'll be 28 in 2 weeks' time. So there you go. And together for 2.5 years. So that's no short amount of time to be together with somebody, right? Especially when you get into the age of 28. Okay. Yesterday night we were drinking, and one thing led to another. And I tried to compliment him by saying he is not someone who I would hook up or be a friends with benefit with, but marry. So obviously, it's not the best idea to have deep and meaningful conversations, especially if you got alcohol involved. But that's what these two did. Anyway, I thought everything was fine, but he seemed extremely distraught after that. I realized how he understood it and tried to clarify it, but he is still the same this morning, meaning he's not happy. He told me he needs space to think for a while and left the house. Ouch. All my friends tell me I messed it up, and guys tell me it's not a compliment, and most men will understand it differently. I think I destroyed our relationship, and I'm panicking right now. What do I do? And so you go on Reddit and ask people on Reddit for the answer. Well, love, unfortunately, you're not going to get the answer you're seeking on Reddit. You've got to actually have a conversation with your dude, who you actually messed up the so-called compliment. You saw it as a compliment, but he didn't. And you got to try and figure out why, and you got to try and understand why the man wouldn't see this as a compliment. Men want to be, or they should, if you love a woman and you want to be with a woman, they want to be your everything. They don't want you to compare them to somebody else. They don't want, other men to be brought into the picture. Because if you're looking at this from an evolutionary standpoint and a primal standpoint, that's what men think. But sadly, some women don't see it like that these days. So Sal Grover actually put, with all the drama that's going on, what I don't understand is women have heard for years, I bang her, but I wouldn't marry her. So pretty much what I explained a moment ago. Perhaps it hurts both sexes to hear it. Constantine Kiss goes, it does. It actually does hurt. Like, I wouldn't like being compared to somebody else or some other dude. Like, I'm only the marrying type. I'm the safe type. I mean, I don't see it as necessarily a hugely bad thing, but nevertheless, it just still hurts to be compared. Like, this dude is only the banging type, whatever else, like it's. So I think she did stuff up in many, many aspects. And I don't think she can see why she stuffed up. So Constantine Kissin says, this has been causing an internet gender war for days now, with men agreeing with the guy and women not understanding why and misinterpreting it to make the guys look bad. It's simple. A man wants to be your everything. The act of comparison itself is an insult. People don't understand that. Like, you are comparing your man, or you're comparing a hugely influential situation when you're talking about relationships and sex and everything like that. That just, that's a big no-no. And you don't want to have a conversation and compare that with, like, your man is not as good as somebody else. That wouldn't do that. And comparison is a thief of all joy, right? Damn right. So you thought it was a compliment, but in reality, it was actually a massive slap to the face or a knife to the heart. What a man wants to hear is that all the other men in the world are so unworthy of your attention that you didn't even notice them enough to compare them to him. Again, what man in their right mind wants to be compared, like their actions, their character, or whatever else, you know what I'm talking about there, to another man? Like evolutionarily speaking, that's dangerous. That means that man doesn't feel adequate enough for his woman, because why in the world would his woman want to compare in the first place? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you shouldn't compare apples to oranges here. Like, it's not a good situation for this man to actually be in. What this woman did is the equivalent of a man saying to his wife, yes, your bum does look big in this, especially compared to Lucy's, but I kind of like it. See where we're going with this? She phrased the so-called compliment as something that was a knife to the heart. So it's not a compliment. She thought it was. She thought she was saying the right thing, but even her, I wonder what she said trying to clarify this, by the way. That would have been another interesting take on the whole matter. Maybe you should expand on what you tried to say in terms of clarifying your so-called compliment. So the bad boy, this is from Brittany Martinez. The bad boy is typically the hot, sexy one who takes the girl on adventures. Saying he's the one she would marry but not hook up with is saying he's the boring, safe one who'd never cheat, not because he's virtuous, but because he's ugly. That's what that's why it's an insult. I mean, look, not going to lie, I've been told that I am too nice and I'm sort of like the friend type. I'm not the quote dateable type. And that hurts. I'm not going to lie. I've been told that quite a few times now. It does hurt and it does sting. Girls don't realize it because they think, oh, I'm just protecting myself, or I think that I'm doing the right thing, or I think I'm saying the right thing. But the way guys think is completely different to the way women think. This is probably why it's caused such a major war. But this is not a dude saying this, right? This is a woman. So this woman can actually see the guy's perspective in this case. And I'm glad that she can. But let's continue. The equivalent is being a girl who's told you're not the type of woman of his dreams, but you be a great mum because you're homely. Hey, I wouldn't want to hook up with you. I wouldn't be friends with benefits with you. I just marry you. Yeah. A girl wants to be the object of his fantasies, but also an incredible wife and mother. A good woman doesn't care about the opinions of other men, but absolutely wants her man to think of her as one to cherish. This is why you have to marry the guy who has sex appeal, but is also virtuous. A man you admire to lead and guide and would hook up with, but he cares too much about your soul. This is the reason why Twilight was such a popular series. I didn't watch it, but I can understand why a lot of women loved it. and even some dudes, believe it or not. Edward was a bad boy, but he was able to tame his impulses in order to protect and adore Bella. Yeah, I guess that's the whole thing of Twilight, and it went on for ages. In order to change this, media needs to start portraying wives not only as frumpy and naggy, but as beautiful, loving, and having a glisten of sexiness. Men need to stop being portrayed as fat, loser, Homer Simpson, or Peter Griffin, but as strong, capable, sexy men. We need to stop demonizing the whole masculinity aspect. That's another problem as well. Spy X Family is one of the few shows that pulls that off with the husband and wife, but can't rely simply on anime. Well, we can't simply rely on anime, can we? We need it to be mainstream media. I see both types of marriages in person. The ball and chain, wine o'clock somewheres, but also I see the strong, attractive men who inspire their wives and the beautiful, benevolent women who adore them back. Those are who I choose to surround myself with. They do exist, but more need to see it, because once they see it, it's possible. It's definitely achievable. And I would have to agree with what she said. I think it's exactly how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling about the situation. And maybe you guys watching this is feeling the exact same way. So Michael Lee Russell is PhD. He says, I actually hear something worse. I would like to get knocked up by a hot stud, but you are the stable sort of guy I would want to help raise his child. Ouch. So yeah, people, you're not the dangerous, adventurous man. You're not the masculine man. You're just the dude that can raise the kid in the right way. Which, look, I personally, if it's not my kid, yeah, it's a whole messy situation. I wouldn't like to be in that position, honestly, because it's not my kid, not my DNA. But I know some people are actually in that position. It still hurts, still stings. So, nevertheless, this is my actual take. And I thought that I would get other people's viewpoints as well and combine them all. But they were all thinking relatively the same way I'm thinking at the moment in regards to this situation. So, whether or not she's destroyed her relationship by saying this sort of compliment, I don't know. Don't have much context moving forward, but nevertheless, the internet will do what the internet does and have their say regardless. So what do you guys think? Do you think that her relationship is completely done? Is there a way coming back from this? How should the man respond to her? And yeah, so forth. So anyway, I thought that I would make this video. Hopefully it made sense and hopefully there was a great deal of clarity. But relationships, they're not easy, right? I know some people say things in relationships they don't necessarily mean, or they think that it's a good thing to say. I know I've been there. I've caught myself many, many times doing things. I thought it was a good thing at the time, but in reality, it was you've crapped the bed. So I guess it's like trying to navigate these sort of waters and understand each other. And you've got to have a little bit of empathy and grace and everything else in between that comes with it. So anyway, my friends, hope you enjoyed this one, but you guys take care. You be blessed and I'll see you all in the next video.